Hi guys, Matt here from Shep's Aquatics. So today here on the blog we're just going to be doing a quick update on what's been going on here in the room. As you can see, we've got a few more tanks moved over. We've got the Arc 46 moved over. We've got the shrimp and that moved over and a few other things going on. So we'll just flip the camera around and we'll let you know exactly what's going on. So yes, as you can see, we've got the waterfall tank moved over, and the way I've actually positioned these tanks, guys, is so the lights at the moment are complementing the tanks. So we've got the plant light here for the little planted tank. We've got some new plants and that in here that we have to that we've got a video on that's coming up. Also got a bit of an announcement to go with that video. We've got the endlers moved over into the new makeshift waterfall tank. And as I said, we're using the light off the Arc to help light the waterfall tank here. So we moved the Arc over today. Found out that the heater I had in the Arc was a little bit small. It wasn't getting quite to temperature, so we've got the heater, and now we've got a little bit warmer. We've added some Laguigia. I've added some Laguigia to the tank in a few spots, and everything seems to be going alright. We only moved this one today, so that's why we've got bubbles everywhere, because the temperatures just coming up, because they basically had a 75% water change as well. So that's the first water change with the Arc. So we cleaned it all up, got rid of all the algae, and gave it a nice refreshing water change and setup, and everything seems to be going alright. So down here on the golden perch tank, so we moved the neon tetras in, and we've still got the balloon mollies, but we're going to catch them out in the next couple of days and actually move them over into the 4-foot tank, which we have set up now. We've got to get more substrate for it, but as you can see, we've brought a nice assortment of bunch plants, and some I don't even know what their names are. All I know is the Laguigia here, the plant over the back. I'm not 100% sure, but the only plants I know is the Laguigia and the hornwort here, because I specifically ordered those. Within the 10 assorted plants, we got some more Vallisneria, which you can see is the one that come in, is the one that's all brown and sort of half dying. The ones that I've been growing are the nice lush green ones. So yeah, we've got to work out exactly what plants they sent, because there are some nice different ones in here and some that I've never had before. So we've thrown them in here. We've got to get some more substrate to fill in the bottom more, so I can spread the plants out and get them growing properly. And we're looking at getting a few rarer crypts and that to plant along the front and stuff like that. So the fish we have in here are actually all the guppies that we had left over from a previous breeding adventure, and when all the males died, we just ended up keeping the females. So we've got all them in here. We've got all the white cloud minnows, they've been moved over, and we've got our male betta that's been moved over as well. Running a canister filter on this one, guys, so yes, there is a fair bit of flow there for the beta, but if he goes down into the plants where he spends most of his time anyway, there's no flow at all in this back corner. It's sort of a real gentle swirl around, and he seems to find a nice happy medium between the turbulent water at the top and the backflow down the bottom. He sort of sits nicely in the middle, so he's found it pretty good there. So, oh, and yes, we've also got the Bessa blocks for the first official stand. Now the first stand going in will be the 6-foot tank. I've got it sitting outside. I want to get it moved inside, so it's going to be going here. So we've got the blocks to do, one block high, then a row of tanks, then 3 more blocks on top of that to do the 6-foot tank. So if I've worked it out, I think enough that I can, if I put just the 6-foot, just put it in the 6-foot, so the 6-foot tank sits over the top of the bester blocks, which is exactly what I want to finish at the end of the bester blocks. I can fit two 20-gallon or 2-foot tanks in the bottom, or fit a couple more of the Kmart tanks, which we're looking at getting anyway. So might end up just setting a few more 5 gallons up for fry grow tanks. So I'm starting to get into breeding a few more of my fish. Like I'm going to bring some of the barbs out of the tank inside and actually start breeding those. So that's what's going on there. And I'll show you what we're up to out here. Still got a mess that I've started sorting out a few more tanks. So we've still got this little 2.5 gallon tank. It's 2.5 or 3 gallon tank. I think it's like a 12 litre or something like that. Got this one here, it's a 22 litre, I think. 22 litre or 23 litre tank. Now it's actually got a light to it, and it's got an overhead filter. So we're going to be setting that one up very shortly with a bit of a project. I think we do have this other little one. It's another 3 gallon, I think. So still got that one. I've still got to move my 2 shrimp tanks over. I'm still umming and ahhing about these 2 tanks. I'm definitely going to have that one still set up. This little one here, I'm not 100% sure. I'm thinking about changing it. The perch tank over here, it's going well. I'll just see if I can give you a quick look at the little guys. So you can see those, they are still darting around. So they're still in here. They'll be going out to the farm in the next week or 2. There's a little overhead filter, so I'm looking at changing that little overhead filter into, well, it's still an overhead filter, but having a planted overhead filter, just to add a bit more depth in that to the fish room. Because now that I've started going with these nice immersed grown setups, I'm actually starting to like it. I do like the plants just floating around. It does break up the monotonous tank. So it's going really well. Yeah, we've got, so I'll give you a little hint here. If you've got this far into the video, we'll let you know what's going on here. So we've got some physidants on that pad there. We've got some canamonum moss. You can see that it has a really nice, sort of like a fern texture leaf. We've got some Dawes Hammer Java fern and some Anubias pengulia. Anubias nana pengulia. Pengulio. I'm not 100% sure how you pronounce that one, but yeah. So we got some of that. It is the smallest type of Anubias, and we also picked up a very nice little bonsai tree, which that moss is going on, as well as the Fizzidents going around it with the Anubis. We've got to let that grow out first. We need to get a little bit more so we can spread it around the tanks. But yeah, that's what's been going on. This week with the fish room. We're just about finished all the move for the tanks. Then it's the monotonous cleaning up of the rest of the stuff and sorting out all the crap and finding out what still works and what doesn't work, because I've got a fair few old sponge filters and that. And if you're wondering the reason why I'm going at least one high with the Bessa blocks, it's so I can fit tubs underneath for storage, as well as it makes it a little bit easier when you're siphoning out water. You do have at least a bit of height in the tank, so you can still siphon out the water off the tank. So there you guys have it. There's the update on the vlog this week. So I'll catch you next week. Thank you very much.